What's going on, guys? John here from The Real Talk, back again with another review. And this is for a film that just obviously just came out of nowhere. You know, we were expecting it last year, late last year, and then earlier this year, and now it just came out of nowhere after the Super Bowl. And that is the Cloverfield paradox. And guys, to be honest, right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you, I was highly anticipating this movie because I love the universe. Cloverfield 2001. I love it. I couldn't get enough of the viral marketing for this. Like, it was one of the movies, the first movie I think that I spent hours upon hours on the internet trying to find out more clues, more things about the film. And that's what I really loved about that movie. 10 Cloverfield Lane just came out of nowhere. I remember the trailer came out like 2 months before the film came out. And I was like, just browsing. I think I woke up at like 2 a.m. or something. And I was like, Cloverfield Lane? I was like, no way. And I saw it and I was like, and I started again researching. And because I always wanted a sequel. But again, this one it was rumored. First it's going to be God Particle. And then it just started being delayed and stuff like that. We're like, okay, well, and then all of a sudden the Netflix rumors. And all of a sudden, bam, Super Bowl, bam, a trailer. I was like, no way. I was so excited. I was tweeting about it. I saw the film and I was disappointed. Look, I'll say this. In no way, shape, or form do I think this is a bad film. Obviously, there's a lot of positives that I have for the film, but overall, I didn't like it, guys. Alright, so one of my negatives is that in some parts of the film, I think towards the middle-ish, the beginning to middle-ish, has a bit too much of exposition and they're kind of trying too hard to explain a lot of things within the dialogue, and it's kind of like, okay, you can kind of explain this in a different way. It's not like the dialogue is not really believable. I think the script is the problem to this film. And I think that's one of my negatives. You can obviously tell, like, oh, hey, so we're in the space station because of this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Oh, it's too much. You know, like, you're overdoing it. And in some films that works in a way, but I'm more of a fan of, like, okay, just show me rather than tell me. So yeah, I think that's one of my negatives. And with that, I think it goes hand in hand. The pacing of the film is kind of just jarring at points. It's kind of like, and also there's a lot of comedy on here that feels forced. It doesn't work all the time. There was some moments where I laughed with the Chris O'Donnell's character. I believe that's his name. There's some moments that were funny, legit funny. But then just other moments he does a joke and I'm just like, that was supposed to be funny, but it wasn't, you know. And it's not that, I don't know, maybe the tone of it didn't fit, you know. It was kind of trying to be this sort of, I don't know, I feel like the comedy in that, it just wasn't meant to be for this type of film, because it's like a space adventure thriller type of thing going on. So that's a few things, the tone, the pacing, and kind of, you know, the forced comedy of it. All right, my last two things I want to mention before we get into my positives, because for me, at least, there is some positives to this film. I feel like it was trying too hard, and it just, I feel like maybe this film was just a film about, you know, going to space and trying to get back home and all the thing that happens. But they were like, how can we make this a Cloverfield movie? So they tried too hard to integrate a lot of things. Like, there was some like news clip that they were seeing on the space station that was just too on the nose for me. It's like, you literally said like something that I was thinking, like a theory or something, or just like don't let me hear it, like let me figure it out on my own, you know. Like, they're literally like spoon feeding you a lot of information. It's like, okay, you know. So I feel like it was trying too hard to be like a Cloverfield movie, and if not just being like, it would have worked better if it was a self-contained story, and then, you know, obviously have subtle hints, kind of like 10 Cloverfield Lane. But, you know, don't get me wrong, I'm going to get into something later on in the review. But, yeah, and the other thing is, like, the whole side storyline with the husband on Earth and stuff like that, it's kind of just there to show a shadow, you know, and kind of just, I don't know, it could have done without it, I guess. I don't know, it just didn't work for me. Alright, so moving on to my positives, because I do like some things from this movie. The cast was great. I think their acting was more than serviceable. So I feel like they did more with the script than the actual script gave them to do. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, they were great. I don't think there was a weak actor in there. And I think the effects, obviously, because this was supposed to be originally released in theaters, the effects were really well done as well. There was just one or two little things I saw, like, oh, that looks kind of, you know, animated, you know. But the rest of the effects were pretty good. And like I said in the beginning part of the review, is that I actually liked the first half of the film. You know, it just seemed like a great idea. It just seemed like this self-contained film, and then they started going back to Earth a lot, you know, and it just kind of ends up being a mess. But I do like the beginning part of the film, and obviously this is something I said I was going to talk about, the ending. So if you haven't seen the movie, it's on Netflix, and who doesn't have Netflix? So, but spoiler warning. So if you haven't seen the film, turn away now or go watch it and come back and, you know, pick up where you left off. Kind of like a book. But anyways, obviously the monster at the end just, you know, roars. It kind of doesn't make, I don't know. It was cool to see the monster, but it was unnecessary to have that. But I like seeing the monster either way. And this monster's, I don't know if it grew or something, or if it's in the same year. That's another thing that I have negative about. It's like, how does it connect to these other two? And then there's a lot of theories and stuff like that. That's something I actually like about the series, that you kind of have to go and do the theories yourself. But this one was just far, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I like seeing the monster, but it kind of came out of nowhere. But yeah, I still liked seeing them. So overall, guys, I was disappointed by the Cloverfield paradox. It did have good acting. The first part of the film was pretty good, and the effects were great as well. So with that being said, I had to give the Cloverfield paradox a 5.5 out of 10. Like I said in my starters review, I would recommend you to go check something out on Netflix. There's a bunch of other things. So, but if you're a fan of the series, I will say this: if you're a fan of the series, check it out. Check it out and enjoy it for what it is. So alright guys, you guys know what to do. Let me know your thoughts on the film in the comment section down below. If you guys want to follow me outside of YouTube, you guys can at The Real Talk with 2Ks on Twitter and Instagram. You guys can also find me on Stardust, where I did do my early review and my first initial thoughts on the Cloverfield paradox. There you guys can find me just at The Real Talk. And alright guys, until next time, I'll see you at the movies. Later.